73 seconds into its flight, the Space Shuttle Challenger explodes in a fireball, leaving a trail of tragedy and a price tag of $5 billion. This wasn't just a technological failure, it was a human one. A series of ignored warnings and miscalculations culminated in a disaster that shook the world. But the Challenger wasn't just a blip on the radar of bad decisions. History is littered with costly mistakes, some so mind-boggling they'll make you question the sanity of those involved. Buckle up, because we're about to dive into the top 10 most expensive blunders ever made. Hash 10. The Suez Canal blockage, 2021. Imagine a giant metal behemoth, bigger than some skyscrapers, wedged sideways in a crucial waterway. That's what happened when the Ever Given, a massive container ship, got stuck in the Suez Canal, blocking traffic for 6 whole days.
Canal could delay shipments to the U.S. of everything from food to furniture and spike gas prices.
The cost? A whopping $9 billion. Talk about a shipping mishap that sent global trade into a tailspin. Hash 9. Alitalia's $7 million typo, 2006. Who needs spell check, right? Well, Alitalia sure did when they accidentally listed flights from Toronto to Cyprus for a measly $1.39. A typo so good it was too good to be true. But guess what? They honored it. Even though the intended price was $3,900, Alitalia swallowed their pride and their profits, shelling out $7 million for a lesson in proofreading. Hash 8. The Quaker Oats Snapple deal, 2000. Quaker Oats, the wholesome oatmeal giant, thought it could be hip by buying Snapple, the edgy tea brand. Turns out, oil and water don't mix, especially when it comes to brand image. The $1.3 billion acquisition was a marketing disaster, leaving Quaker Oats with a bitter taste and a lighter wallet. Hash 7. The $122 million typo in a bond trade, 2014. Numbers, numbers, numbers. They can be your friend or your foe, especially when you're dealing in billions. A typo in a bond trade at JP Morgan cost them a cool $122 million. Just a misplaced comma, and boom, instant financial facepalm. Hash 6. The collapse of Lake Peigneur, 1980. Drilling for oil can be risky, but who knew it could literally sink a whole lake? Texaco managed to do just that in Louisiana when their drill bit went a little too deep, causing a sinkhole that swallowed Lake Peigneur whole.
So that's the last thing I've seen. My boat tied up to the tree going into the hole.
The cost? $44.8 million and a whole lot of environmental damage. All right, folks, buckle up for the top 5 most expensive blunders in history. Prepare to be amazed, amused, and maybe a little horrified at the sheer magnitude of these financial faceplants. Hash 5. The French rail fiasco, 1990s. Imagine ordering fancy new trains for your national railway system, only to realize they're too big to fit in the tunnels. That's what happened in France, where a $20.5 billion train upgrade project went hilariously sideways. Talk about a design fail of epic proportions. Hash 4. The Big Dig of Boston, 2002 to 2014. They called it the Big Dig, and boy was it. This ambitious project to bury a highway under Boston turned into a financial nightmare of epic proportions.
Around this project very efficiently.
Clearly not efficiently enough.
It's been what he's argued, that it's inevitable there would be some overruns, and probably some, but not, more than $2 billion worth of overruns.
Delays, cost overruns, and a final price tag of $22 billion later, the Big Dig became a monument to budgetary blunders. Hash 3. The AOL Time Warner merger, 2000. Remember the days of dial-up internet and Blockbuster? Yeah, those were simpler times. But then AOL, the king of dial-up, decided to merge with Time Warner, the media giant. It was supposed to be a match made in tech heaven, but it turned into a $90 billion financial hellfire. The merger crashed and burned, leaving a trail of broken promises and disillusioned investors. Hash 2. The BP Deepwater Horizon disaster, 2010. This wasn't just a mistake, it was a tragedy. The Deepwater Horizon explosion not only cost BP $61.6 billion in fines and cleanup, but it also caused immense environmental damage and human suffering.
All they want, but they're not going to become a safer company.
They base everything on a risk. How many lives can we afford to lose before we need to deal with this?
911, yes, this plant just blew up.
A stark reminder that sometimes mistakes have consequences far beyond the bottom line. Hash 1, the NASA Space Shuttle Program, 1973 to 2011.
Going forward, America, the United States, is first.
The space shuttle, a symbol of human ingenuity and daring exploration. But it also came with a hefty price tag, $462 billion. While the program achieved incredible feats, the loss of the Challenger and Columbia shuttles and the inherent risks of reusable spacecraft cast a long shadow on its legacy. So there you have it, folks. The top 10 costliest mistakes ever made. These blunders are a testament to human ambition, fallibility, and sometimes downright hilarious misjudgment. But they also serve as lessons, reminding us to plan carefully, double-check our numbers, and maybe, just maybe, avoid building trains that don't fit in the tunnels. Like and subscribe for more historical insights and mind-blowing blunders. If you had a budget of billions of dollars, what would you do to avoid making a similar mistake? Share your thoughts in the comments below. Let's learn from the past and avoid becoming future cost-clumsy champions. But remember, even the greatest minds make mistakes. So keep learning, keep questioning, and keep exploring the fascinating world of history.